Got a lot of college football fans out there now cheering on their teams, but we've got some deals for you if you'd rather watch it in person versus TV, which I would prefer to do.
You would rather watch it in person? Well, we've got a little help. Gabe Saglie, senior editor at Travel Zoo, the online guide to the world's best travel deals, is here with a winning pass on some good deals. So if people want to go out and see games in person, it doesn't have to break the bank, is what you're telling us.
Well, you know, it's not going to be a cheap venture, particularly as you head toward the end of the season, late December, when you get to the bowl games. We're talking about some major investment for avid fans. But if you're a big enough fan, you're going to make that call. The trick is start planning on it, start booking these kinds of trips sooner rather than later.
It's all about timing, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, one of the frustrating things is you don't know if your team's going to get to a bowl game. You know
Exactly
you don't
right.
necessarily know what bowl game they're going to get in.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, you're booking things like airfare and hotel 8 to 10 weeks out. But as you said, you know, a lot of this is this very last-minute kind of decision-making. The good news is there are always going to be last-minute airfare deals out there. A lot of these college games are happening in smaller towns, though, so you're dealing with airports that are serviced by maybe 1, 2, 3 airlines. So if you're less competition, airfare tends to be a little bit higher. I like, you know, looking at the city you want to fly into, drawing about 100 or even 200-mile radius, a little circle there, looking at alternate airports, pricing all those options out. Oftentimes there's a bit of a dramatic enough of a difference where renting a car and driving could, in fact, be a viable option.
If you're willing to drive 2 hours and you can save yourself $250 on airfare, that's a good deal.
And if you're a diehard fan, that's nothing. Absolutely not nothing. What about the hotels, though? Is the same situation with the hotel rates?
Certainly. I mean, we're seeing some great hotel deals, particularly in the fall season, in the winter season. It's shoulder or low season for a lot of destinations domestically. But of course, on the days that are, you know, game days, you're going to see a spike in pricing. Now, you build enough days outside of these peak travel days, your average per day rate is still going to be pretty low, but we're seeing a lot of blackout dates on game nights per se. The further out from the city center you stay, the better pricing is going to be. 10, 30, 50 miles outside of where the game is happening, better deals to be had. And then, of course, you get a lot of incentives in some of these hotels as well. At this point, a lot of the better options are going to be through some of these specialty sports travel companies. A lot of options online, sporttravel.com, sportstraveler.net. They come up with packages, particularly for the bowl games. It's a good place to go. Otherwise, you may be dealing with scalpers, and then you're on your own.
That's a whole other story, right?
But just make sure you know what these packages include. Usually, they will not include airfare. You're looking at 1, 2, 3 night accommodations, a ticket to the game. But of course, the pricing goes up depending on the seat you want. So make sure you're getting a package that gives you everything you want for the money you're paying. Some of these bowl packages, for example, for the BCS Championship in New Orleans, January 9th, are starting at about $1,700 per person for a 2-night stay and a ticket to the game.
So we got to look at the packages.
And what's the most expensive game right now going? What's the most expensive
bowl games? The top most expensive bowl games are going to be the Rose Bowl, Fiesta, Orange. But at the BCS Championship game, again, January 9th in New Orleans, is at this point commanding ticket prices at about $900 a pop. And these packages, in some cases, exceeding $2,000, depending on the seats you want.
College football fans sometimes are more loyal and rowdy and serious than pro.
They will.
Well, they
feel like they have a connection, right?
Exactly.
They went to that school, so they feel like they have the connection.
The rivalry continues. Thank you.
For more information on college football travel deals, you can go to bettertv.com. Of course, you can always check out travelzoo.com.